Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. This is your final message from Spirit for March. And this is the last day for using this deck, which is the Fountain Tarot. We are switching to a new deck starting tomorrow. I have a really cool deck ready to go for tomorrow. This one is the Fountain Tarot. You can find the link to it in the description of this video, as well as the links to my Etsy shop, my Patreon, my website, Facebook page. There's a freebie there for you. There's also a little offer, a very low cost offer there for you to get a jump on your psychic journey that I thought, well, I'll put things together for you. And then of course I did the notes from 12 books. I did all of my, academic notes from 12 spiritual and self-development books. And you can grab that as well. The link to it is in the description. And basically I read the books so you don't have to, because I know how hard it is to read that stack of 400-page books you've got sitting there in your TBR. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to pull all my notes together. I did treat each one as though it was a textbook, and I'm a university student. And I gathered all the notes. Most of the chapters are 2 pages long at least, and it's small print. So yeah, I did not cheap out on this one. And so basically, it's all the notes from 12 of the most popular books, Brene Brown and Byron Katie, people like that, Joe Dispenza. And I broke them down to the most important points. Basically, the gist of all of them, all the teachings and learnings are right there in the little ebook that I put together based on all of my academic notes. And some of them are over 2 pages long, but here's the thing. Like some of the chapters are more than 2 pages long. But what you can do is if you grab this, instead of having to sit and try to find the time to read a 400-page book, you can read 2 pages and have all of the information that you need. I'm not saying don't read the book, but if it's like, oh, I just want to know what the gist of this is, I've done that for you. And you can read it while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, while you're waiting in the school pickup line, while you're sitting on the toilet, whatever. Wherever you can find a few minutes to sit and read 1 chapter, 2 pages, this is for you. So I've saved you hundreds of hours of time by actually reading these books myself and making the notes. So today this is going to be a 3-card, pick a card reading for your final messages for the month of March. You can pick all 3 cards. It's fine. But most people, I think, start with 1. And then if you decide you like all of them, they're yours. I don't own them. The messages are yours. The messages are for you. So here we go. If you are ready, then just keep watching. If you need to pause to think about which card you would like, this is the moment to do that. And now we'll see what the cards have to say. The 10 of Swords. And I am looking up the timings here in my handy dandy book of notes. So this is a great message that what you've been going through, it's like you're over the worst of it. It's not over, but you are over the worst of it. You're sort of on that, like more like the recovery phase of whatever it is that you've been experiencing for the last while. Just know you're over the worst and like you're over the hump. Things will get easier as you sort of maneuver your way out of it and beyond it. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about here, but messages come in and my only job is to deliver them. So there you go. The timing for this card is the middle of June. And I would say that whatever you've gone through, you're over the worst, you're over the hump, you're on the, things are going to calm down, you're in the recovery phase. And towards the middle of June, that's where you're really going to see the difference in your life, that it may take you just this little bit of extra time to sort of clear the dust, get everything back on track, get yourself feeling like yourself again after this experience. I'm getting a message that it's that somebody has died, that someone in your life has died, and you've really been going through a really hard time. But towards June, you'll start to feel like you've processed enough grief to start to move forward. And I know we do get, whenever I lead a funeral service, for those who don't know me yet, I am a minister, so I do go to a lot of weddings and funerals. But one of the things I often will talk about is that this is a time out of ordinary time. And it's a sacred time. So this period of grief that you've been experiencing, or hardship or sorrow, and just really getting a strong message. There's somebody watching, and then it's somebody who's died. There's other people like they're like, it's not just that. There's people who are going through a hard time in other ways. But I feel like there is a really, really strong message not here for one of my people who watches who's gone through a tremendous loss. And what they're telling me is that you felt like you were never going to recover. You were never going to feel better. You were going to be stuck in that forever. And just know, if anybody's experiencing that, you're only stuck if you choose to be stuck. If you want to move forward, if you want to process and get back on your feet, you can. You just have to choose. That's the direction you want to go in. I'm not saying you just have to choose to do it and you just wake up one day and do it. Sometimes we need help to do that. Sometimes it takes time and a lot of processing to get there. But certainly, if this is for you, just know that it's starting to get easier. And you, in the middle of June, you'll look back and see that it was, around this time that, yeah, you did start to see the change, that you were able to pick yourself up. And that could be as simple as you took a shower. It could be as simple as you did the dishes. Like these little things that so many of us take for granted when we're grieving are really hard to do. For a lot of people, really hard to do. Yeah. I think whatever it is that you manage to accomplish, just give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself some love, give yourself a hug, celebrate that, you took a shower today, or whatever it is that you did that was a bit more than you were capable of doing yesterday. But just know you're on the other side, and you are you're pulling yourself together, and you will see that over the next 3 months, you're going to be pulling yourself together, and you will notice it, and you will start to see it, and you'll look back and think, oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I got through that. And it will shape you. It will. We are the sum of our experiences. So don't try to prevent it from shaping you. It is now part of who you are. And just embrace that and lean in and feel it all. Don't try to numb it, because the only way you can heal is to feel. So there you go. There's your message. But whatever it is that anybody's been going through, there is a sense of defeat, but it's not defeat. It's just that things are now starting to turn around, and we're going to get back on track and get back to our life. So that was card number 1. Card number 2, the Knight of Swords. Interesting, we've got swords here. And sorry, this is the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's no timing connected to this. So now or before you're ready. Oh, wow. Okay, so we know that our knights are about like giddy up and get on with it, but in reverse, it's sort of the opposite, or it's where we might be blocked. And then the swords is a mental game. It's our mind, our thoughts, our mindset. Swords are also about contracts, words, anything like emails, all of that stuff. We often see, swords coming up during like Mercury retrograde when emails aren't making it and things like that. So there's a sense of feeling a bit out of control. There's see, like upright is like in control, large and in charge. I'm going to get on with it. I'm going to go, giddy up. All of that energy. But in reverse, it feels almost a bit overwhelming. that, like, you know, have you ever had that experience when you just have so many thoughts and they're not like horrible thoughts. They're not thoughts that are like ruining your day or anything. It's just so many things on your mind and all of this and ideas and song lyrics and, you know, you've got to remember to download the recipe for XYZ and get this done, all of that. It's just feeling really overwhelming. Like there's just too much going on. Do a brain dump. Sit down with a notepad and a pen and just start writing everything out. So at least it's on paper, so you don't have to keep storing it in your head, swirling around, distracting you from all the stuff you really should be doing and thinking about. And then you can manage it from there. You can organize and plan from there. So I find that I often get like that, and then I just have to sit down and write out everything that's going on in my head. And this isn't about, you know, mental health. This isn't about I'm in a crisis. This isn't about journaling it out. No, this is like literally like, don't forget the dry cleaning. You know, you got to do that thing on Friday, pick up the kids for dentist appointments, just write it all out. And then you can organize it from there. This is a very practical feeling situation. And then just carry the list around with you. Really, my suggestion is don't type it out. Don't use your phone. Don't cheap out on this kind of thing. Get a pad of paper and a pen or a pencil and start writing it down. This is the way to do it, because when you actually do the act of holding a pencil and writing, yes, I'm left-handed, it's a very different experience than just using your thumbs to type into your phone a note that you'll never look at again. Take that piece of paper and carry it around with you, and check it when you're sitting outside the mall and you're like, why am I here? Because I've done that. I've raced out the door, jumped in my car and gone to the, you know, like wherever, Walmart or the dollar store or something. And I'm sitting and I'm like, I don't know why I'm here. Can't remember why I'm here. So, you know, having a list would help a lot. So even if it's just a messy page of your thoughts, just get them down, get them out, write them down. Don't type them, write them, do it. Tell me, I'm telling you what to do now. Do it my way. You'll thank me later. I'm just kidding. Well, you will thank me later, but really I do strongly suggest using pen and paper or pencil and paper. So our final card is Death. Dun, dun, dun. The Death card. Everybody freaks out at the Death card. I love the Death card. I love the Death card because what it means is the end of something that is no longer serving you. It may feel sad at the time, but when we look back, we will recognize that, yeah, that wasn't really working for me. Like, I've had, what's coming to mind, and just to my mind, it's not from spirit. When I'm thinking in my own life, it's been like when I've, been ended a relationship with someone and then realized, wow, like 2 months later, I'm like, oh yeah, I dodged a bullet there, didn't I? So it's one of those situations where it may feel a little sticky right now, but it's for the best. It's for the best because it's not serving you. It's not bringing any value to your life. It's not doing anything good for you. It may be fun. It may be exciting. It may be sexy, but it's not serving you. So that's the end of something. It's not a massive, this isn't like a tower moment. It's not a huge, massive change. It's just releasing things that aren't serving you and then moving on from them. And you'll realize that, yeah, this was for the best. You had to let these things go in order for your transformation to begin. This isn't your life turning upside down. This isn't the tower. Like I said, like this is just life stuff where you let things go. It could be purging your house. It could be cleaning up your house. It could be just, all the people in your life that are creating clutter, energetic clutter, just release them. If they're not bringing any value to your life and they're not engaging with you in any way, they're just kind of there on your Facebook page and they don't like your post and you don't like their blah, 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 just release them. Just let them go. It's all good. We don't have to hang on to people just because we've known them for a long time. I remember hearing this great saying that it was like, were you friends? Have you been friends for 20 years or were you friends 20 years ago? And that's a way I kind of look at things. Like I have people who say to me, oh, we've been friends for so long. And I'm like, well, yeah, I haven't seen you in a few years. So I kind of figured we're not friends anymore. Right. So it's okay to release people. This will be incredibly freeing. Release all the things that just aren't working for you. When you can do an inventory of your life and say, you know, is this adding value to my life? Is this, what was the Marie Kondo thing? Is this sparking joy? If it's not sparking joy and adding value, why are you dragging it around? Life is so much easier when we only have things in our life that bring us joy and add value. And it's okay if we're the people adding joy and value every once in a while, but don't make that a permanent situation, because then you end up bitter and you feel unappreciated and taken advantage of. Okay? And I think a lot of people are experiencing that right now as well. And I don't know. I think that if the, oh, yeah, what just came in is, if you feel like you have to give and give and give and give and give in order to receive any kind of love or acceptance or friendship or anything like that, just stop. It's not working. It's not working. We've all been there. We've all done it. Believe me, we've all done it. Just stop and see what happens. It's really simple. That's my advice. That's my tough love for today. Just stop. Stop the insanity. But it is definitely the end of a chapter, and it's going to be so freeing for you. And it's like letting go of baggage, things that are holding you back, like anchors. People are like, oh, you're my anchor. What anchors hold you back? Anchors drag you back. You don't want to be anybody's anchor. You might want to be someone's lighthouse, but you don't want to be anybody's anchor, and you don't want to have an anchor. Absolutely not, because anchors just drag you back. They keep you stuck in one place. And a lot of people like to be an anchor because they don't want to see the person in their life move on and do better than them while they don't have any ambition. Do you see what I mean? Anchors try to keep you down and keep you stuck with them. So don't let them do that. You got to shed all of that stuff. And there's, you know, obviously it does feel like there's been a challenging period, but it is coming to an end. It's coming to a close, and it's going to be happening naturally, but also with a little help from you. You're going to do a little inventory of your life and say, what can I let go of that's not doing anything for me? You know, there's all kinds of ways. And look at that from a physical point of view, a spiritual point of view, an emotional point of view, an intellectual point of view. There's all kinds of ways. You know, when you're sitting there doing your goals and all the categories of your goals, look at those and say, where in my life is there things that aren't working? And go for that. Like, that list should be reflective of what you want your life to look like. And anything that's not helping you get there, get rid of it. It's that simple. It's that simple. And it's always important to remember with this, when, like, this is the end of something, this is something coming to completion, something coming to a close. When a door closes, a window opens. So always keep that in mind. There's something else coming, but you have to get rid of all the junk in your life, all the clutter, all the energetic residue of all the other stuff that isn't working for you. You've got to get rid of all of that. And then opportunities are going to start pouring in. So there you go. There's your message for March, the final message for March. And we're going to start April with a whole new deck and a whole new set of readings and messages. Of course, we're going to do our usual full moon, cards for the collective, energy forecast, love and relationships, all those sorts of things. And of course, maybe some cute Easter readings as well. Thank you for joining me here today. Don't forget to click subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel. Leave a comment and let me know which card you picked and how that landed for you. And of course, just let me know you came by, because otherwise I have no idea. And yeah, did I say click subscribe? I can't remember. But fun fact, most people watch my channel repeatedly without subscribing. If you subscribe, it helps me get to the magic numbers, and then I can add more stuff to the channel. So it would really, really help me out. If you wouldn't mind doing that, it costs nothing. I mean, it's free, so why not, you know? And let me know you came by. As ever, have a magical day.